Well, along with Bill Dyer, it was. Bill came up with the idea of taking the old banister out of the building and finishing it, and we're selling these as paperweights. It has the seal of Dallas Hall on it, and this has gone over quite well. Now, in addition to this, we have about 400 of the student armchairs, which we hope to sell, and we have several of the fans and other mementos out of the building that we hope to sell at the sale tomorrow and Saturday.
Well, generally, then, you're gutting Dallas Hall of any unusable items and hoping to raise cash for restoration.
Yes, we are using this money not solely for the restoration, but to add to the furnishings and to the finer elements of the building.
negotiations, you can be on the verge of agreement at one moment, and at the flare or certain change of attitudes or positions, you can be miles away in the next moment.
Well, I feel pretty good. My leg was tested for the first time yesterday, and I did not go 100%, but I think I really gave it a good workout, passing and dropping back, slow, but dropping back and throwing, and did not swell up, and that's what we were checking out, hoping to find out before we play Saturday, and I look forward to getting a good workout in today and playing well Saturday.
What about the Bear defenders? Do you think they'll blitz much because of your knee condition?
Well, they have not all year on the films we've seen, and they're reputed not to be a blitzing team, but you probably have to talk to Bill about what they're going to do against us, you know.
Would you say your performance against Texas, even though you didn't win, gave you as much personal satisfaction?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I really enjoyed having a fine day, but as far as a satisfying game, I recall the victory over Auburn, the victory over Oklahoma in the Bluebonnet Bowl, and the victory in 68, over Texas Tech as the most personally satisfying games I've played for SMU.
And of course, you, after the TCU game, you look forward to a professional career. With the Cowboys on the wane, would you like to be the one to step in and bring them back, or would you personally like to play for your hometown team?
No.
You would not like to play for the Cowboys, right?
Did I stutter?
Well, best of luck against Baylor.
Thank you, Jerry.
This is a table in Tarrant County Judge Howard Green's court where some important decisions concerning the disposal of solid waste will be made. A 5-member special committee appointed by Judge Green is to make recommendations in the near future on law enforcement of health violations at city and county dump grounds and possible alternatives to the current use of landfill methods to dispose of solid waste. The chairman of that committee, Paul Daniels, listed some of the possible alternatives following a meeting earlier this week.
We don't know that landfills are not the ultimate goal. However, we are keeping landfills in mind, but we are also will explore any and all possible solutions to the problem. Intense heat burning is one solution that is being tried in some areas. Transporting of solid waste into distant areas is another method that has been tried by New York City and San Francisco.
All alternatives to the landfills mentioned will cost more money than now being spent, and Judge Green says the county and municipalities can enter into an agreement to spend money more efficiently on a pay-as-you-go basis for waste disposal methods. Judge Green says the county and state health departments would be in position to require the dumps then to comply to the letter of the law. But enforcement is one of the key problems, according to Committee Chairman Daniels.
At the present time, the enforcement of the laws regarding sanitary landfills are nebulous. We can't find really who is responsible for the enforcement. And those that are responsible have not been given the proper tools with which to work. We hope to make recommendations along this line, and that will delineate the authority that each department might have and should have.
The Solid Waste Committee plans to invite city and county health officials to their next meeting here December 4th. Some definite recommendations are expected from the committee by the first of the year. A similar committee last year made strong recommendations in waste disposal problems. Those recommendations, however, were evidently filed away somewhere without being implemented, as the county and city landfills remain in violation today of state health laws. However, Committee Chairman Daniel says he expects this committee's recommendations to be better received. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.
Could we get you to restate and reiterate your compromise proposal to these homeowners out there?
Well, our proposal to the homeowners has been that we would request zoning for 30 acres in the heart of 174 acres of land. That we would put a golf course completely around the remaining 140 acres and maintain that golf course. Indeed, restrict the remaining 140 acres. The strongest approach that I could think of that we could take, and in every possible way to try to accommodate the neighbors, not only in leaving the amount of open space we left, but in also the style of our buildings. We've offered to work with the neighbors as our architects go from their present plans on down to more detailed plans to make sure that if we're allowed to be there, that in the truest sense we are in fact good neighbors.
Vice President Key arrived here at Fort Walters about 15 minutes ahead of schedule by motor caravan from Carswell Air Force Base. The ceremony went off without a hitch as he went through the parade, reviewing the troops with the commanding general of Fort Walters. Everything went off. There was no problem whatsoever. The Vice President quickly toured the troops in about 5 minutes' time, then went for his first of several briefings with the staff here at Fort Walters. Over 230 of the Vietnamese pilots are in training here at Fort Walters, and they were all glad to see their Vice President. Art Sinclair, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Walters.
The homeowners say that they still have faith, or at least one representative of them said that he had complete faith in the city council and that they would do what was best for the community. What is your feeling along that line?
Well, I certainly share that feeling.
Optimism?
I have nothing but, that's the council's job to do what's best for the community. There's no question in my mind that each councilman will attempt to do just that. In final analysis, he has to vote one way or another. He votes his convictions.
It appears that the neighborhood people are not going to change their position. Will you continue to pursue yours to have that property rezoned, or do you intend to back off?
No, first I'll go talk to the officers and directors of EDS, and I think one concept that the press has never really grasped, or at least never printed if they grasped it, is that this land is EDS's land, not Perot's.
Security men are deploying themselves. U.S. Army men in training here at Fort Walters.
The most significant thing of the meeting tonight was the response of the target area representatives. That was the only thing I was interested in, to see how they responded to this problem. They spoke strongly that there would be no control nor influence, and I'll add association of the Black Panthers with this program, but they did and were anxious to see that this continues. While I am not certain that I know of the answer to the funding of it, I see this as sort of a crisis, an opportunity for us to work in the poverty areas and find the resources to take care of this problem, to fulfill the confidence that the poverty representatives have shown in us tonight.
as president of the local union, I'm releasing at this time that the plant will be in a continuation of the present strike in existence on local demands. Local demands have broken off. We'll again resume tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
What happens then next?
Next, we go back and see if management is sincere in trying to work out honorable or agreeable solutions to the demands which are now facing us, and trying to put forth an effort to get the membership back to work.
Do you think you will be able to reach an agreement by tomorrow afternoon?
To reach an agreement is always a possibility.